Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath.
And I'm Bree.
And we come at you from the Jurassic deck for a conversation about my theory, my 4-season TV show theory. And it's come up in the channel a couple of times lately because I expressed my theory. I think it was maybe during a review palooza, I'm not sure, but it's come up a few times. And the pushback was swift.
It was real.
And the pushback was mighty, yes. And people were like, well, I don't know. First of all, I just wanted to kind of share I've never really done like a whole thing about my 4-season TV show theory. Yeah. So I'll just state it here. My belief is that every TV show has at best, 4 solid, golden, magical years when everything is working at the height of its efficiency and everything's just clicking. And after 4 years, it's a decline. It doesn't mean that the show immediately goes off a cliff. It doesn't mean that it instantly becomes unwatchable or that TV shows can't. I had some people be like, there's plenty of shows that last to beyond 4 seasons. That's not the theory. The theory is
they're not allowed.
The theory is about quality.
Shows are not allowed to have more than 4 seasons.
Exactly. The point is about quality of those shows beyond season 4, and do the back however many ever live up to the initial 4 seasons? Is there ever a trajectory upward after 4 seasons instead of downward? That's my theory. I would say for me, no, but you are here because I
don't agree.
You don't agree.
I disagree. Well, first I want to say, we both love movies. We both love television.
Sure.
But I think if you had to pick one or the other, you'd probably pick movies.
Probably.
And if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick TV. I love TV. Like, I probably love TV too much, but I really
I love it so much. No such thing as loving something
so
too much.
But
unless you love it so much that you kill it. You're just
right.
Like, I love you.
I love you too.
Are you okay? 911.
So,
it's true,
I really do. I love it so much.
You like to spend time with characters.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I really enjoy spending time with the characters. Just being with, there ends up being characters I just love. Like, okay, one that pops into my head is Will and Grace. Okay. So they went well past 4 seasons, 8 seasons. And, the end of the series, I don't feel like they necessarily wrapped it up really well.
Right.
But, and there were story arcs and things that I wasn't super excited about, but I loved the characters, especially Jack and Karen, and I just loved hanging out with them and just being with them.
So we'll use Will and Grace. Can I add to this example?
Sure.
The Office, which you also love.
Yeah.
I'm trying to Seinfeld. Seinfeld is the elephant in the room, right? Because Seinfeld is the one that went
Seinfeld
so long.
Yeah.
And it did, I think.
It didn't go so long. I think, 8 or 9 seasons?
But it got better as it went. It beyond 4 seasons.
It continued to be strong.
So I should say, my theory is a theory. It's not a law. There will be exceptions. And the exceptions will be different from person to person.
That's true. Because it all depends on your preference.
There's so many, people will be like, well, you're not considering this in your theory. And I'm like, well, actually, I am. I don't like that show. I'm glad you do, but I don't care. There were so many shows where it was I think that show was a mess to begin with, but I'm not going to, my point in the theory is not to step on other people's favorites.
Yeah.
But I will say, okay, so let's use these. Will and Grace, The Office, these are characters that you love to spend time with. Does that not diminish around season 8 or...
I think it just depends
when Jim and Pam's character arc, when spoilers for The Office, when they're married and they're together and they already have one kid and they have to write in a second kid.
Yeah.
Are you not done? You still want to spend time with the characters?
Well, it's hard for me to talk about The Office because you say I love it. I like The Office.
Okay.
I'm not in love with The Office. I think it's fun and I think the characters are fun.
Yeah.
But that's also just a different kind of show in the way that it works, in the fact that it's presented to be like a documentary.
I know. Yeah.
What? Like they're pretending to make this documentary. So the presentation of that show is very different.
Okay.
But a show like Seinfeld, I feel like. And it claims to be a show about nothing, really,
Right.
But
it wasn't. It was about people and character.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is I enjoy spending time with the characters.
Did Seinfeld have any significant changes after season 4? Because did I finish when I was saying, it's after 4 seasons that they recast main characters or main characters leave the shows. They renegotiate contracts.
Bewitched.
That's a huge, like, Bewitched
That's a
should
really good
have
example
probably
of-
ended after
a show that should
Darren
have
won,
ended, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie, it's a 4-season show.
Yeah.
Now we're naming classic shows, but I think it
I
all
know.
applies. Gilligan's Island, like, how long can they be on the island before we're kind of tired of the island? But
Apparently a while.
a while. Well, Gilligan's Island was a 3-season show, I believe. But how many years do you have before you have to bring in a baby to freshen things
right.
up? Before you have to, like, how many
Or
times can each
a
character?
Cousin Oliver.
Cousin Oliver. How many times can, like, the cast of Friends, everybody dated everybody, right? Like, it was just
Right,
this
yeah.
whole, like, well, this is what we got to work with. We got to mix it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm almost doubling down on this. I just
Yeah.
feel like every show, like, if you make it past 4 years, it doesn't mean it's not good anymore. It doesn't, like, I have plenty of shows. We have tons of TV shows that have 10 seasons, Rawhide, Mannix, so many shows. Gunsmoke went 20 years, and it's a good show. But does season 8, season 12, season 17 have the magic and the fire and the immediacy that seasons 1 through 4 have, if they're lucky? If they're lucky, they make it to 4 seasons with that magic. That's my question. Seinfeld, can we think of any examples in Seinfeld of a cast member that left, or they pretty much stayed the same cast through the whole thing?
Off the top of my head, the only recasting I can think of, I think it was Jerry's dad. Like, in the, you know, the first season only had like 8 episodes or something. It was very short. There was, I think, maybe 1 appearance of Jerry's dad, and then in the next season he was recast. But that person was consistently Jerry's dad throughout the entire season.
Okay.
I can't think of any other.
It's not like Larry
examples
David
of-
left at season 5.
Right.
Or Jerry left at season 5. Or they
Right.
had recast Elaine, or somebody got
That is
pregnant.
what's hard, is if they do try to recast, or like you said, they try to add things to freshen it up or change things up. But
Like, we can't
but I
believe
still-
that Grey's Anatomy has been on as
So
long as it
long.
has.
so long, but people love it. People love
They
it.
just love the
And I think-
Hawaii Five-0.
And I think they
Original and
like
new.
me, they just really enjoy spending time with the characters. They become people that you feel like you know, or like they're your friends, or that you just, it's like comforting almost.
Yeah.
Like, to have this consistency of these same people in your life all the time. It sounds weird to say that out
No,
loud,
it
but I
doesn't.
feel like
It doesn't at all.
that's what people are really feeling and
Sure.
connecting with. Is you've been with them for so long, you feel like you know them, and you feel like they're this part of your life, and it's just comforting. And I think that's why people get
Live in my
so
heart.
sad when series end as well, because then
But is it worse for a series to end, or is it worse for a series to fizzle?
well, that's
How
a
many
good
shows
question.
do we like that we've always enjoyed, and now we don't even watch them anymore? I kind of want to name names, but I don't want to burn any bridges either. Should I do it?
I don't know.
The
'Cause
Goldbergs.
I don't know what you're thinking of.
I used to adore the Goldbergs. It has so far long worn out its welcome. It's a parody of the show it started as. Trying to think of some more. There's just a whole lot of shows that they fizzle, and all the magic that they had, the freshness, the take, the things that they had to say, they outlive those things, and then it just becomes routine.
I'd say it's
Happy
really
Days.
just dependent on the show. Like, it really, the results vary from show to show. All I'm
Your
trying to
results may
say.
vary.
Result-
If
well,
your show
results
lasts
vary
longer than 8 hours,
from-
consult a doctor.
Your results vary from show to show and from person to person, depending
true.
on their connection with that show or the character.
And really, the whole point of me sharing the theory and expressing the theory to begin with, of course, it's true for me. And I get, people will be like, well, what about so-and-so show? And, like, for me, my theory is true.
Yeah.
It's really up to you guys and what you think. I really just kind of want to share how I think about these things.
Yeah.
And so maybe we can be mindful about how we're watching certain things, and have certain things outlived their joyfulness. Are they still creatively important and viable, or are they just walking on a treadmill at this point?
Diminishing returns.
Diminishing returns. That's really what it comes down to.
But-
and again, it's going to be
and that's-
subjective for
person
everybody.
to person, that's how you feel.
What I
but-
think is not necessarily what you think.
Or me, because I
Or
don't.
you, yeah.
Because I don't agree with
That's one of the
that, 'cause
reasons it
they're-
was important for
yeah.
you to be here, because of you, of
Right.
course, in our own house, a house divided. But
True.
yeah, I just tend to think in terms of economy of storytelling, and like, what do we have to say? How are we going to say it?
Right.
And so many shows. I mean, once you get successful on television, you're looking for syndication numbers.
Right.
In America, UK doesn't
Yeah.
really have syndication, but
Yeah.
you're looking for syndication numbers, and you're looking for, like, how can we maximize this for
Yeah.
the most dollars
Yeah.
that we can.
Well, and I will say, before
it's a
we
bug on your.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, before we wrap this conversation up, I will bring up Breaking Bad because it has been brought up in the comments. I thought it was great. I enjoyed watching it all the way through, but you did not.
I never liked Breaking Bad from the beginning. I didn't.
So sad.
Why?
I thought you did like it at the beginning.
I think it's an interesting premise that would have been good for maybe either a movie or 6 episodes.
Okay.
That is not a 5-season show. I enjoyed
all of Breaking Bad. So if you enjoyed all of Breaking Bad, you can give me love in the comments because I did too, and he didn't.
Yeah. That happens
but
a lot,
I will
though.
say, let's talk about The Simpsons. Because I used to love The Simpsons, and I still love watching older episodes.
Yeah.
But it's been on for so long.
30.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it, like the newer episodes, in a while. So
a decade.
I wonder, like, what do people think? Are you still enjoying that show? Is it still fresh? Are there still new ideas? So I'm wondering what you guys think about that, because it has been on for a long time. What about South Park? How long has that been on?
Long time.
A very long time. And I used to love that show too.
53 years.
53.
I think it's 53 years. Either 52. I think they're going into their 53rd.
So, I mean, we both used to like that show.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know what happened. We just somehow stopped watching it, and we haven't watched it
It became
in a while,
like there was no point to continue to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, now, if you enjoy watching South Park to this day, that's
so
awesome.
glad.
Not trying to talk you out of enjoying
No.
what you already enjoy.
I think now what I'm thinking of is what does become excessive? For those of us who love TV and we love...
Where's the line?
Spending long time with characters. Yeah, where is the line of, okay, this is enough. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. You guys can comment in the comments. What do you think?
When is enough?
Yeah.
At what point does a show... But see, this is, again, it's going to be subjective for everybody.
Well,
so
for
yeah,
you
just
it's
weigh
4.
in. Yeah, for me it's 4.
Four
It's clearly
seasons.
4. And
But
that's
for me, it's
that's
longer.
if it's really good.
And for me it's longer. It depends on the show. And
Think
the
of the
characters.
shows we've watched over the years. Think of all the... We've watched a ton of TV together. Think Family Ties.
Yep.
Growing Pains, Seinfeld. I'm just going through our shelf in my mind. Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah. Naming a lot of classic shows.
Okay, let's think of some newer shows. Let's think of some things that are on. The Office, Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Right.
The Mindy Project.
Community.
Mm-hmm. I think my 4-season theory applies to every single show that we just mentioned, maybe with the exception of Seinfeld. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt out at 4.
Well, yeah, you can't even apply it to that because they finished at 4. There's nothing beyond 4 for you to say, well, that didn't really
even
work.
Season 4 felt like it was scraping the bottom of the barrel, though, right?
Well, I would disagree about Parks and Rec for sure. I enjoyed that one all the way through.
But main cast members were leaving, whether you enjoyed it or not. This is not saying you can't enjoy it. This is just saying, do you still feel like Season 5 or 6 of Parks and Recreation was as good and as immediate as Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Right.
Like, major cast members left. At the end of that show, it was basically just Amy Poehler and, like, a few of the people. Ron Swanson was there. But I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't watched Parks and Recreation.
Well, if you haven't, you should go watch it right now.
You should. It's really good.
Just binge it all the way through.
Chris Pratt, man.
Aubrey Plaza.
Mouse Rat, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that I can say it was as amazing as it started because honestly, it's been a while since we watched it, and I can't remember exact details.
Fizzled.
And it's not like a show like so. I've watched Seinfeld. I can't tell you how many times. It's like
you
on
watch
a
it
loop.
on an endless repeat. Yeah,
I just watch it over and over because I enjoy it so much. So I can certainly vouch for that and give that show a lot more give you more information about that show and my thoughts. But like Parks and Rec, we've watched through I think twice. So going through something twice and having it been like a couple summers since we watched it, I don't know that I could really give great insights into how I felt
think it
after
was
season
good,
4.
but it did not have the magic that the first few seasons had.
Okay.
Because characters left. Characters that had been there since the beginning left. As the squirrel yells at us. I think that's a good place to put a pin in it. Because we could probably talk about this for an hour.
We could.
We
But
really
we'd like
just
to
want
hear your thoughts,
Yeah,
too.
we just want to start a conversation about this. And I have expressed my theory. Again, it's not a law.
No.
And it will be subjective from every one of you will have a different opinion, and you will have shows that feel special to you. But it's just a way to think about how we consume our entertainment. And I don't know. I just wanted to express kind of how I feel about the dichotomy of wanting to be with characters, but also realizing when those characters' arcs are done and they have no purpose anymore except to just be like, baby number 2 on The Office, right? So I don't know. Any last words?
No, we'll just see what our viewers think.
The Serial at Midnight community.
That's right. So write your comments to the video, but please be kind.
Yeah, be kind.
You know, we're not trying to start arguments. We're just discussing opinions, and they're subjective, so just be kind.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We appreciate you. Take care. And until next time, we will catch you later.